We may not have had a bloody episode this week to where someone's head is getting smashed in by a phone, but at the very least, the tension in this episode of 91 Days was at an all-time high. One of the best things about the series is definitely the tension. I don't know how the animators do it, but somehow they make these episodes, they build up this tension throughout the episode. Like last week's, just seeing Corteo and how he was just building up this stress, and he just released it on Fongo. It was such a good episode, the way it did that. Just built up this tension. This episode does something very similar, but in a different way. You see Angelo go through all this tension throughout this episode. It's not Corteo in this week's episode, it's Angelo. This man, he straight up realizes what he has done. He realizes how much hell he has put his friend, his brother, in. And he realizes now it's his fault, his responsibility. And he, throughout this episode, you just see how he doesn't talk much. He kind of just seems like he's playing the good boy. He's a part of the mafia. He's helping out Nero and all that. Everything seems fine on the surface. But on the inside, it makes you question, what is this man thinking when he had to kiss the hand of Nero, the new Dawn? When he has to see his brother's room ransacked, destroyed, and all these other rooms completely messed up. It just makes you think, what is this man thinking, knowing what he has done? We get to see brief glimpses into his mind. When he realizes what he has done, and the argument he had recently with his brother, he realizes. And you could see the pain and the anger in his face, and the stress that was building up. And it almost pushed him over the edge. Even though it wasn't as visible on his face like it was for Corteo in last week's episode, we still know that there was this stress building up throughout the episode. And I truly, truly love the scene at the end when there was the dinner table. The dinner table with the meat, with the knife in it. You see it where Nero's sitting at the table. He's drunk and all that. And he's smiling, laughing, just talking about random shit. And you have it to where just Angelo's there with him. And that was the perfect opportunity to kill him. But here's the thing. If Angelo would have killed Nero at that time, it would not have been good at all. Because that would mean that it would not have been the perfect murder. People would have found out, Angelo would have been suspected, and eventually all his hopes and chances of killing all the others would have been thrown to the wind. So Angelo couldn't have accomplished his revenge goal as easy as he would hope to. So because of this, if you would have killed Nero right then and there, it would have ruined his path, his goal to get revenge. And it almost, what happened in this episode, almost pushed him over the edge. When he realized that his friend, his brother now, was about to die, if he didn't kill Nero right then and there, he would die, it almost pushed him to where he was going to kill Nero and literally fuck up his revenge plan just to save someone. The only person he could really say he cares about at this time, he was about to fuck all of that up. And that really goes to show you what type of character he is. But it's thanks to Nero being drunk and revealing some certain information as to why Angelo wasn't pushed over the edge. So let's talk about this. It's not something that is brand new. It's something we've known about for a while now, that Nero and Angelo's relationship is complicated. We know that Nero said before that he couldn't shoot Angelo when he was running. But then he states in this episode he couldn't shoot anyone. He couldn't shoot anyone at all. He wasn't a person that murdered anyone. He literally had a clean slate at that time. I guess you could say he was a person that was a part of it, but he didn't really want to do it because he felt bad. He felt like he was morally wrong at that situation. And Angelo hears this. And if this is a person you're hunting down to kill, okay, and someone tells you this, okay, and says, I didn't want to shoot him, and I didn't shoot anyone, what do you do? I mean, obviously this man knows he killed your family. I mean, he was there. Even if he didn't kill and pull the trigger, he was still there. But why, like, how would you feel if you heard someone say that to you and all that, and the way he felt? It makes the overall emotions and, you know, connection these two characters have even more complicated. And I've said this in the past. I mean, Angelo is probably going to have a very hard time in killing Nero. They've already grown very close. I mean, Angelo still probably would kill this man. He was going to kill him in this episode if it wasn't for what was said by Nero being drunk. But they've grown a lot closer. And after what was said in this episode, I don't feel like it's going to be as easy for Angelo to kill Nero. I just don't think so anymore after what was stated. And then also on top of that, with what is happening in this episode, it raises questions. So apparently, the person that sent Angelo the letter is the uncle of Nero. His uncle is the one that sent the letter and was a part of it. So, what's his angle? What is this man's angle? The only thing I could assume, judging by how normal mafia stories are, is that most likely he wants to kill Nero, or everybody a part of the family, the mafia family, probably to get in power. Because, think about this, like, let's say you have, like, a brother in, like, maybe a royal faction, let's say kings and queens and stuff, okay? Let's just put that picture on the table. Think of kings, queens, princesses, and stuff like that. You have it to where maybe an entire line of princes might kill each other to become the next king. And they'll kill the king, they'll kill all the other brothers before they can become in power. And I feel like that's probably what's going on. Maybe the uncle wants to kill everyone like Nero and them before he can become the leader of the mafia family. And that's probably what's going on. He probably wants to do that, and he's setting all this up for that could happen. And that's probably why he was sending the letter to Angelo and all that, and why he's been going around, you know, the entire family, why he's been doing the shady shit behind the scenes. So I feel like that's his angle. There might be more to it than that, but I believe at the end of the day, that's probably what it means and what is going down. And also, I feel like maybe, just maybe, the uncle was testing Angelo's determination and also how much he really cares about the person he loves. For instance, his brother. And I feel like he was testing him in this episode, because if he would have killed Nero, it's pretty much him stating that he was killing an innocent man that really didn't do nothing when his family was killed. So, I feel like it was more of a test, but at the same time, there probably is a darker angle going on in this episode, but still very good nonetheless. So, episode overall of 91 Days, I enjoyed it, cannot wait to see what happens next. Dinner table scene, best scene of the episode, hands down, can't wait to see what happens next. Do you feel like Corteo is going to die? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.